warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ahmad Amar Hakim bin Muhammad, and inshallah in this video I will try to explain a little bit on the introduction of our group assignment on the topic of Mazhab Hanafi. So please do enjoy our video. Right? Mazhab Hanafi was founded by Imam Abu Hanifa, and it is considered as a school of ideas that is most open to the modern ideas. The followers are known as Hanafites and also Hanifites. It became the most prevailing Islamic school of law during the Abbasiyah time due to Abu Yusuf and also the efforts of Imam Abu Hanifa himself. The unique feature of the Hanafi school is actually the method in which the law is codified. It relies less on mass oral tradition as a source of legal knowledge. It develops the interpretation of the Quran through qiyas, which is analogical reasoning. He will convene and preside over a board of jurists consisting about 40 to 50 of his students, and each will give his opinion on a particular legal issues. Imam Abu Hanifa will then decide which opinion that is to be selected by corroborating it, or sometimes will offer his own opinion. Mazhab Hanafi also established the principle of universal agreement, or can be called as ijma, which means the consensus of the scholars. And inshallah, the qiyas and also ijma will be explained by my other group members in the next part of these videos. This mazhab actually established the Quran and the tradition of the Prophet, ijma and qiyas as the basis of Islamic law. Followers of this mazhab, which is Mazhab Hanafi, usually can be found in Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, Kyrgyzstan, Afghanistan, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Azerbaijan, Turkey, Egypt, Tajikistan, Maldives, Syria, Jordan, Uzbekistan, and also parts of China and India. And that's all from my parts, and inshallah this video will be continued by my other group members, and they will try to explain a little bit more on the Mazhab Hanafi. So thank you.
Okay, moving on to the primary sources. According to Imam Abu Hanifa, Quran's word, writing, letter are necessities for man, and the words are of God's faith. He regarded that Quran is the primary and the first sources in order to deduce the rulings. In a book called Musnad, Saif al-Aimar reports that when Abu Hanifa derived a matter from Quran and Sunnah, he would not answer the inquirer until all of his students confirmed it. 40 of his students were mujtahids. So when he would answer a question on a matter, he would suggest that all of his students to study it together so that they can reach an agreement of it being consistent to Quran and Sunnah. The next sources is words of companions. These sources also clarifies in various aspects of Sharia, as the companions would always be with the prophets. So, if the companions want to give any fatwa, they would base on these five foundations. The first one is they heard him directly from the prophet. The second one is they heard it from someone else who heard it from the prophet. And the third one is they understood from the verse of the Quran in a manner which is unknown to us. And the fourth one is it is something which all the companions agreed upon, but only the statement of the one that gave the statement has been transmitted to us. And the last one is they understood completely the language of Arabic and what the phrases indicate, and they have direct knowledge of actual circumstances. And the last sources is ijma. Hanafi's view regarding ijma is more comprehensive and broad than other contemporary jurists. Some have the opinion that the validity of ijma as a sources of law should be limited to the companions of the Prophet ﷺ and extended to their successor and no further. However, Imam Abu Hanifa affirmed its validity of ijma in every age.
Okay, next we have the qiyas. Qiyas is the process of deductive analogy in which the teachings of the hadith are compared and contrasted with those of the Quran in order to apply a known injunction or nas to a new circumstances and create a new injunction. Here, the ruling of the Sunnah and the Quran can be used as a means to solve and provide a response to a new problem that may arise. Although Qiyas was undoubtedly in practical operation before his time, Imam Abu Hanifah was the first to formulate and to give prominence to the doctrine of Qiyas. Moving on to the secondary source that is used in deducing rulings by the Hanafites. Firstly, we have istihsan. Istihsan is deemed something to be good. Despite being the pioneer of formulating the doctrine of Qiyas, Imam Abu Hanifah found that the arguments based strictly upon analogy often lead to hardship and anomalies, and in order to correct its effect in such cases, he adopted a modifying principle called istihsan. Istihsan is literally translated to mean preference, which bears in many points remarkable resemblance to the doctrines of equity. The Hanafi school used to avoid extreme analogy by observing another cause different from the evident cause in the analogy. So they consider istihsan when there is a conflict between two analogies, one with the hidden cause and strong effect, which is what we call as istihsan, and the other with an apparent cause and weak effect. Secondly, we have uruf or traditions. In Hanafis, tradition is used as an argument to any of the traditional distribution opinion in the Muslim society if there is no literal evident revelation. Uruf is divided into two, sahih and fasid. Sahih is the uruf or tradition which does not contradict with the revelation and is accepted as evidence, whereas fasid is the uruf or tradition that contradicts with revelation, hence it is not accepted as evidence. That's all from me.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So I will present to you about one ruling deduced by Imam Hanafi in his mazhab, which is Mazhab Hanafi. Islamic scholar reach a consensus that consuming alcohol is prohibited regardless of the amount. This is because there is a clear hadith narrated by Ahmad, Abu Dawud and Tirmizi, which is Rasulullah SAW said, of that which intoxicants in a large amount, a small amount is haram. But there is khilaf between Imam Abu Hanifah and also another scholar, which is the khilaf about the meaning of the khamar. Imam Abu Hanifah said al-khamar or the wine is only referred to the grape, which is based on the definition that made by the Imam Abu Hanifah. But another scholar said that al-khamru or wine can be defined as any kind of fruits or any kind of drink that can make that can make our mind become unconscious, and also it is can call as the intoxicant. So Imam Abu Hanifah said that any kind of drinks that turn to the wine except the grapes that do not make us become drunk, so we can drink it in a small amount and it's halal. A conclusion, Imam Abu Hanifah separate the meaning between al-hamru and also the other things, which is Imam Abu Hanifah said that al-hamru or wine is only referred to the grape, to the drink that made from the grape, and the drink that made from the such as the rice, wheat or dates that turn to the wine is not considered as al-hamru, and if we drink it and do not become drunk, it's halal. But if we become drunk, so it's haram to us to drink it. So that's it. Thank you.
So as the conclusion, I hope that this poster and also this short video assignment have achieved their purpose, which is to enlighten the readers and also the viewers on the oldest mazhab in the world, which is the Mazhab Hanafi. We need to bear in mind that none of the mazhab is considered wrong because they are all correct in their own way. So thank you and happy fasting.